Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Oh, midnight highway, shining just like sin. Why don't you hear me wonder? Tell me, river, where your current flows. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Oh, stop your freight train, let a lost man ride. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Fare you well, darling, ain't coming back no more. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Who's been whispering since I've been gone so long? Freedom calling.
your tongue when we're talking about what I need. Say what you will at the hardware store. Don't get you started talking about. Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Alright, how is everybody doing on the weekend? Hey, thanks for the gifted sub, Trife. I appreciate that. Awesome. All right, let's do a warm up. I'm not sure where we're gonna fly tonight. Let's get the warm up out of the way. I might jump over to Meaty's server, his close air support server that he's been working on. I've been asked to fly there a couple times. I took a look at it last night, so we might go over there and do some close air support sorties on that server and check it out. Alright, let's just do an aerial patrol for a warm-up. And let's go low drag. I guess we can put a couple of extras on the center line. We're gonna keep them off the intakes though.
Request rearming. Copy.
We'll just do, I don't know, let's throw 4. We'll put an enemy patrol of 4 up. 2 ships.
Rearming complete. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 294, 423 at 1,500, cold.
Alright, we got fire.
1,500 hot. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 061 445 at 7,000 hot. Springfield 1, request startup.
We'll go ahead and call it in. I should have called it in before I started, but if we don't call it in, they might not turn on the runway lights for us.
Kamskaya, Springfield 1, request taxi to runway. Springfield 1, Kamskaya, clear to taxi to runway 4.
I think that was control. Okay, yep.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 062 445 at 7,000, cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 112 445 at 25,000, cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 113 450 at 25,000, cold.
I wonder when the next module sale is gonna be. I kind of thought, I figured it was gonna be right at the start of the month here. It's got to be coming up soon. Waiting to pull the trigger on that fish bed in Dora.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Pop-up
It's been a
group
minute since I've gotten a new module to start
291
learning.
At 1,500 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 061 445 at 7,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 292 421 at 1,500 cold.
Okay, yeah. They turned on the lights.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Pop-up group 051 450 at 1,000 knots.
Yeah, I haven't flown the Black Hawk mod in a while. But out of all the third party modules that aren't hooked into the back end, that one's flight model is the best of them. Most of them don't even fly like helicopters at all because they're not hooked in. But the Black Hawk does pretty good.
Springfield 1, able to clear for takeoff. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 062 445 at
The collective's a little off, as you would expect, because it's not hooked in, so it doesn't have the gravity and the weight like it should. But it's a lot better than the other ones.
05 450 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 106 450 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 105 450 at 25,000 knots.
Alright, here we go.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 105 450 at 25,000 knots.
Oh, mirrors are broken.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 061 445 at 7,000 knots.
Alright, rotating.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Pop-up group 291 423 at 1,500 knots.
Alright, gear coming up. Gears up. Alright, we're flying.
Overlord 1-1.
Let's go ahead and shut off all the external lights.
450 at 25,000 cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 106 460 at 25,000 cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 295 422 at 1,500 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 061 450 at 7,000 cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 100 450 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 100 460 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 098 460 at 25,000 cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 097 450 at 25,000 cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Bra 054 450 at 7,000 cold.
That's probably them right there.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1. Pop-up group 318 427 at 1,500 cold. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 095 450 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 095 450 at 25,000 knots.
There they are. We got a passive track.
Springfield 1, Overlord
We don't have
1-1,
R77s though, so
047
we're gonna have to switch it over to an STT when we fire. We'll see if we can get 2 of them on the way in though, with Fox Swarms. And then we'll just have 2 of them to deal with in the merge.
At 1,500 cold.
In a perfect world.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 043 445 at 7,000 knots.
Well, in a perfect world, I'd have R77s. And I would just friggin' send 4 of them before they even knew what was going on.
Passing waypoint 1 at 35,000. Overlord 1-1 on station at Bulls 326 Fort 150 at 35,000. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 092 435 at 25,000 knots.
Switch the pulse to medium.
Springfield
They're
1,
flying away
Overlord
from me.
1-1, Bra 097 435 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 098 435 at
They're starting to turn. They're gonna show up now. Yep.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 030 440 at 7,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 294 450 at 1,500 cold.
Launch authorized.
That's a long shot. Let's try it. Fox 1.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 093 421 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 093 419 at 25,000 knots. Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 094 419 at 25,000 knots.
That's not gonna get there because they're turning away now.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 093 416 at 25,000 knots.
Launch authorized.
Yeah, it's not gonna get there. All right, Fox 1.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 291 460 at 1,500
authorized.
cold.
Come on, hit. Got him.
Launch authorized.
Fox 1. Oh, good. We got him. All right. We got into the merge.
Launch authorized.
I'm going to send an ET at this guy.
Springfield 1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up
Launch
group
authorized.
08643 at 6,000 knots.
Missed. They both missed. Okay.
Launch authorized.
Fox 2.
Uzi 1. Tally utility Springfield 1. 326.
Splash.
43 at 18,000 hot.
There he is right there. He's trying to turn and get around me.
Springfield 1. Overlord 1-1. Bra 171.
I'm glad we
41 at
got that guy really
13,000
fast because they split really well. If I wouldn't have got that missile hit right there, I'd probably be in a lot of trouble because they'd be trying to maneuver behind me while the other one stayed in front of me. Well, that guy's pulling hard.
Launch authorized.
Fox 2. He's flaring. Flaring. Flares didn't work. We got him.
Springfield 1. Overlord 1-1. Pop-up group 288-470 at 1,500 hot.
And he came down in a lot of pieces.
Over G, over G, over G, over G, over.
All right, that's a good warm up. Alright, let's... Actually, do I even have... I don't know if I actually have it. I think I turned it off. Oh no, I have it turned on. Do I even have one placed? I don't think so. I don't see one. That's a hind, right? Or that's a hip. That's a hind. I don't think I do. Let's throw one down just so I can see it again. It's been a minute. Oh jeez, it just put points out there. Oh yeah, this is the one you can put guns and stuff on, huh? I've never messed with the armed one. I've never done it. Well, it looks familiar.
OZ1, on station at bullseye 32841, 170 at 1,600.
That looks like the one. Yeah, I don't even know if I have bindings right now on this thing. I do.
OZ1, tally utility at 1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 294, 416 at 1,500 knots.
1,000 radios. It's the ANVQ.
Overlord 1-1, Bra 067, 450 at 7,000 cold.
Wheel brake, trim reset. That should be the trim release. Yep. Doors, cargo doors. I guess the ABS is not on. Here's the ABS. There we go.
Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 297, 417 at 1,500 cold.
Oh, you can definitely tell it's not hooked into the back end. Just moving the anti-torque. That's noticeable, but it's still better than most of the other ones. Alright, let's load up a little bit of torque.
Overlord 1-1, Bra 295, 418 at 1,500 knots. Overlord 1-1, Bra 065, 450 at 7,000 knots.
A little ground hover. Yeah, I mean, it works. It just, you can tell it's not, you know, an actual real module by the way it flies, because it's not, like I said, it's not hooked into the back end and all the gravity, oxygen, all that good stuff. It's just kind of here. So it flies a little weird, but it's not bad.
Overlord 1-1, Bra 067, 450 at 7,000 cold.
It flies a little more arcadey. Well, at least the release works.
1,500 hot. Overlord 1-1. Bra 067 450 at 7,000 hot.
You can't do coordinated turns. The anti-torque doesn't work quite right.
Overlord 1-1. Bra 291 414 at 1,500 hot.
Just kind of floating.
1 Overlord 1-1. Pop-up group 058 450 at 1,000 hot.
Radar circle.
Well, this isn't bad for what it is.
1 Overlord 1-1. Bra 059 450 at 1,000 hot.
I don't know if I'd recommend it for someone trying to learn helicopters, though, just because it's going to teach them a lot of wrong stuff. By the way it flies. Hey, what's up, California? I'm just doing my warm-up and checking out the Black Hawk.
That was last.
Doing some tests. It's definitely weird. It flies, like I said, it flies a little bit better than most of the third-party helicopters do, but it's definitely, you can, if you know helicopters, it's weird. Because it doesn't fly right.
Bra 068 445 at 7,000 hot.
Yeah, the auto rotation doesn't work very good either. Anti-torque doesn't really work, and auto rotation doesn't work.
288 417 at 1,500 cold.
It's hard to describe. It's not a helicopter, it's a spaceship of some sort.
Overlord 1-1. Bra 287 417 at 1,500 cold. Overlord 1-1. Bra 067 450 at 7,000 cold.
See if we can drop the torque out and see if that. It's not going to act right, but no. Look at that. It's just kind of floating, and now it's doing what it thinks it should do if you told it to do this when you pull the torque out. It's not acting natural at all. I should be buffeting down and auto-rotating right now. And it's just kind of floating with almost no collective. No sail yet. I figured there'd be one starting by now, but not yet. Which is fine. As long as they wait until... I'd be okay as long as...
065 450 at 7,000 cold.
I've been flying around with no collective for a while now. This is definitely weird. I mean, you can auto-rotate and use your elevation and stuff to maintain some transitional lift, sort of, but this is just weird.
1 Overlord 1-1. Pop-up group 297 415 at 1,500 cold.
I mean, I popped into a hover like instantly. That's crazy. And we're on a ground hover.
Bra 298 416 at 1,500 cold.
Tail down first, and then the front. Yeah, that's...
Overlord.
It's flyable, but it's definitely weird. It's definitely not correct, so you might get a lot of bad habits flying it. The Chinook on sale? I don't know. I think like 30 bucks, maybe. I don't remember. See, I'm gonna get a payment on probably the 12th or 13th. So as long as the sale hits right about then, I'm good. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go down to like 20 bucks or anything. It's too new, but it'll go down a little bit. Meaty. All right. Let's go check out Meaty. Oh, that's good. They got it all on the knee board. Alright, so we're attacking the red spot out here. Oh, those are blue. Did they already kill everything down through here? That's all blue. Okay, here's red stuff way down here. Does that mean we can take off at Sukumia? Oh, we can. Look at that. Let's warm up. Oh, we don't need all that. We'll just take the Limas.
Fixed wing searching.
Alright, so we'll just head down here and support these guys. Oh, there's some stuff up in the mountains too. Oh, there is this guy right up here. Maybe we should go take out this thing first. That's not very far away. Yeah, 12 miles. Alright, we can head north and clear that out, and then we'll head back down and support our armor down here. Just to get started. Okay. I guess let's just create a home plate so we don't get lost. Does this thing have any routes? Nope, it's got 0 routes. So let's get our cursor over here. Let's add home base. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Okay. There's one, and let's add a new one. We're going to call this one Target. All right. 4301 54 East 041 1662. Enter. Nope. Oh, I forgot to put the north in. Alright, 430154 East 04116 62. There we go, altitude, yeah, there we go. I forgot to put the damn N in there. And that's going to be W2. So now we go to our route, and we're going to add, first we'll add that one. And then we'll add W02. Okay, now we got a waypoint for our first target. And then we'll fly back home and go from there. Okay. And our main mast assembly should be good to go now. There's our waypoint. Whoa, wind. It's trying to blow me into that building. Be a hell of a way to start. Alright, arm the helicopter. Arm the chaff. Arm the Hellfires. George gets the gun.
Gun lost.
Pre-scan.
Radar, searching.
Doppler's good.
Gun set for all. Setting first to 10.
And pre-briefing all the Hellfires. How far up in the hill is this thing? It's a little ways. So let's head up this direction to the west, and then we'll turn in. I don't want to go right over the top of the hill and be in the range of whatever's there. It's a good way to get shot in the face. Mitsu, I wonder if that's red. I don't know, I didn't see him anywhere. Well, you can tell there's definitely something there. There's a SAM of some sort there. So we're gonna hug the ridge line a little bit here. There's also a hill right there. We might be able to duck behind that if we need to as well. Oh, maybe not. That ridge is protruding out pretty far. Might be one of those things where we have to peek over the top of the hill and get a scan and then fire and then duck back down. Which is why I brought the Doppler. Because I figured there's going to be SAMs and shit out here, so. Won't be as accurate as K's, but we don't have to hold the laser on them. Which will get you killed when there's SAMs at play. We'll leave that scan tight so it doesn't take very long to get a full scan. There's the ridge. This is gonna be dangerous. I don't want to get too close though. Start slowing our forward momentum down without popping up too high. and we're slowing down. Nothing scanned yet. Let's start gradually going up a little bit. Take it nice and slow. Alright, we're peaking. We're peaking. Oh, I forgot to turn on my C-scope. I'm gonna need that so I don't have to keep looking down once I got scans. Let's also get my cycle set. Got it. Haven't done full Doppler in a little while. I'm a little rusty. Okay, this is dangerous now. Come on. I should get scans now.
Radar searching. Radar searching.
Really?
And slave. De-slave.
So I thought. George can see him.
Blazing.
Got it.
In range. Ready to fire.
Alright, we got a Zeus 23. That was a Shilka.
Blaze. Good effects. Good effects.
We got the Strela. We got a BMP-2. Okay, we're wasting them. We lit them up. We'll come back around and have a good look.
Radar searching.
Debating if you want to hop on. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you want to fly, you should fly. Did I just destroy everything there really quick? I don't know how this server works. I don't know how it's gonna.
Roger. Slaving.
If it tells me when everything's dead.
Now de-slaved.
Oh, there's an APC still there. Is that it? Yeah, I see the APC.
Blazing. Roger. Lasers off. De-slaving.
BTR. All by himself.
Blazing.
Everything else is dead.
engage yet. Firing. Engaging. Engaging. Please, those are good hits.
Should be everything.
Slaving. Deslaving. I'm not seeing anything. Roger. Deslaving. No targets detected.
All right.
Roger. Ceasefire.
Well, that's a good start. All right, let's head back home and we'll rearm and we'll go back out. It's a good start.
Radar searching.
All right, there's home. So this seems like a good server for practicing and getting better at close air support. I don't think I'm personally going to have any trouble with destroying everything on this map and never, you know, taking damage. Just got to be cautious. I think that's what he told me, though, is this server is all close air support. There's no aerial threats. It's a server for just practicing your ground game.
Radar searching.
Which I am already a full-on beginner. That seems like a nice little relaxing server. The only thing I'd be worried about is coming onto here and just like walking across the map and destroying stuff, which would take away targets and practice for people that are working on their close air support skills, you know? This would be a good server for teaching, for sure. Because, like, I could see an inexperienced person, like that place we just took out, just flying at it, getting too close. There was a Shilka and Ostrello there that'll absolutely murder you really quickly. So teaching people how to move up, use your terrain to your advantage to get a look at the enemy position and find targets before they have a chance to shoot you. Get a game plan. This would be a good server for learning all that and for teaching people all that. A lot of people, especially when they're learning, have a tendency to fly right at the targets, which is always a bad idea. You will absolutely get shot down a lot.
On the gun. Setting burst to 20. Lost.
I wonder, well, let's land first, then we'll look at the map. There was nothing left there. I wonder, did that decolor that that area, or do you have to send a scout through there to rescan, see if there's any other units in the area, or I don't know how all that works. Let me land and look at the knee board.
Torchlight flicker on the siding, walls dancing like a lunatic. Torchlight flicker on the siding, walls dancing like a lunatic. Every breath is borrowed, but tonight the world's in tune.
Piece of cake. All right, so did that?
Your XP has been banked.
That was weird. All right, so where was the one I just did? I just did this one. Okay, it's still red. I wonder what that means. All right, let me oops. Let's look at the knee board here.
Radar searching.
Okay, that's the aerodromes. Oh, there we go. Admin dev map, that's not what we're looking for. General map commands. Smoke, scan. Oh, okay. There's a whole bunch of shit you gotta do. So I should have done a scan. Do you have to be flying over the spot when you do those commands? Does the command work off of your position? Explanation point scan. Let's see what happens. Scan does not exist. Well, why did it tell me it did then? That's what it said, right? Explanation point scan? Yeah. Okay. So I really don't know what to do now. Yeah, I'll look at that another time. Well, I guess let's just do another sortie. Someone else can do the commands to take over that point I just cleared out. Alright, point, add, WP, TGT, enter, clear, north, 4245. 7, 8. We got to do a little math. East 0, because you can't put the third digit in with a Apache, so you got to round it. 4128. And then 60. Elevation should be 128 feet. 127 is close enough. Alright, and that's W3. Go to here. Add W03. Enter and pop it in there. Just to be thorough, let's go ahead and grab the other enemy position roughly and get that into the computer so we don't have any guesswork. Alright, come back out here. Point, add WP, TGT. Alright. North 4247, 07. East 0, 4132, and 13. 247, yep. And that's W4. Alright, now we will go, whoops, route direct to 3. And then we can delete 2. Okay. I guess let's rearm.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Alright, so we'll just fly up here.
Refueling complete.
We'll probably have a pretty good visual on these guys before we get very close because they're You can see this is like a big valley. Look at the topographical. There's a hill over here, but right here is going to be pretty wide open. So if we come in on the coastline, we should have a good visual on the whole area, and we could probably just kill everything here. My guess is going to be we'll be able to kill everything here and everything here. We'll just have to keep our eyes peeled. We'll do some scans and creep up slowly, because there might be like a Tor Gauntlet or a Strela or something there. We need to find out where those are and kill them quickly.
Rearming complete.
Other than that, piece of cake. We have a mission planned out. Just execute it. Alright, we are fully loaded. Check stores. And we are full ammo. Full Hellfires. We're good to go. Wipe out the controls. Alright, here we go. Loading up. And there's our plate. And away we go. This would be a good server to teach front seaters and stuff for people too. Just because you're not going to get jumped by like 40 MiGs or anything while you're trying to learn stuff. I like this server. It's kind of chill. I mean, it's not really made for me, but I could see a lot of uses for it. Alright, arm the helicopter, arm the chaff. Let's get everything set up.
Gun lost.
He gets the gun. I'm going to take the Hellfires, of course. And yep, we'll pre-brief them. Okay, scan set. Alright, we're on the way. 29 kilometers, that's not very far. We're going to be on top of that thing pretty quick. Yeah, you can see right there, there's the hill that we saw on the topographical map off to the left, but most of this area is just kind of wide open out here. So we'll go ahead and let George use the TDAC to put the TADs right in the AO. And that will actually, because I have the TADs set as my acquire, you can see right there, acquire TADs. So we'll set the TADs over here, where we know the enemy roughly is.
Slaving. Empty slave.
Little trick of the trade here for you. Oh, there you go. We can see units already. So now that you can see our Doppler is now looking there, so the center of our Doppler scan will be centered on the acquire. So if we wanted to fly this way but scan over here, we would just use George to set the TADs over to here, as long as it's your acquire, and then you can scan at whatever direction you're looking. So now we can scan, and we're scanning at that angle over there. Okay, George can see a bunch of units, a lot of units. I'll start creeping forward. Some of them might be friendlies though. Yeah, I think there's friendlies on the mix there. Let's go off of our mapping to the TADS video. Get zoomed in, see if we can see anything. Those, okay, see, there's the good guys. Those are the bad guys, I think. We'll know when we get closer, but I think that's the case. Because you see we've got all the friendly armor up here. I think the friendly armor is going to be right in the middle of where we're looking, so we got to be really careful.
Morning comes too early. Hands already warm. Working for a better day. Trying to keep me warm.
This is where you can get in trouble with the Doppler too, because the Doppler doesn't, there's no IFF, and you scan something and you pull the trigger, it's shooting at it.
We just
got to be real damn careful. Oh shoot, I need to take my medicine. Let me see if I can get my force trim set decently.
People talk about difference, but I just see the same. Every heart need kindness, every
All right, medicine's in me. There's the friendlies.
children laughing somewhere. The sounds of better days. Keep the light inside you. Don't let the darkness stay.
That's definitely the friendlies right there.
Radar, searching.
We all want the same good of just trying to ease our mind.
Okay.
Radar, searching.
Yeah, I've got them separated. Just need confirmation now. We'll start shooting. Let's see, they have... Okay, so they've got a Tor Gauntlet up here, and they've also got a Panseer. Hopefully those aren't very close. If those are anywhere near us, we're not going to be able to do much. We'll have to RTB. We'll have to retreat. That 22 is the Panseer. That's very extreme dangerous. The 15 can be dangerous, but you can deal with it. But what we need now is SEAD. We need someone to come up here with like an F-16 and an ELANT pod and aggress those two targets. There's a third target there too. I just don't know what it is. Probably another Tor Gauntlet. Let's tighten up that scan a little bit more. Come on, George. I can kind of see what those are. Those are tanks. I don't see... Oh, what is that? That might be something. No, that's just more armor. I don't see a Tor Gauntlet there. That looks like all armor. That's all heavy armor. So let's get in here and kill it all. We're pretty close now, George. It seems like George is taking longer than normal to give me confirmation.
Radar, searching.
Yeah, I'll bet it is searching. Okay, at least it looks like the Tor Gauntlet and the Panseer are that direction towards Sanaki Koki. Doesn't look like they're here in this AO. So we should be good to aggress all of this stuff. Okay, we got targets. Not the right one. So those are the friendlies. We've got the friendlies scanned up. We don't want to shoot the friendlies, that's bad. I'll start slowing my roll a little bit here. You can see I put my cursor right there so I can hit that to cycle targets quickly, and I can see them in my C-scope, so.
Radar, searching.
The diamond is what you're shooting at, and the triangle is your next target. Wow, they're still not giving me confirmation. I'm so close.
Radar, searching.
This seems a little weird. Okay, I got them. I got them now, but why are they not telling me what they are?
Oh, Jesus.
That was weird. It went after a friendly, but I only had the enemies targeted.
And slave. Empty slave. Blazing. Engaging. Firing.
Radar, tracking.
Oh, Panseer's locking me. We're maneuvering. Okay, I got him. It's T-72. 2 T-72s.
Radar, tracking.
We gotta get down low right now.
Lasers off.
Panseer's bad news. Okay, that should be all the...
Slaving. De-slave. I'm not seeing anything. Roger. Slaving. De-slaving.
Well, there's still something there.
Laser on. Engaging. Engaging. Firing. Firing.
Got it.
Radar, tracking.
Laser. Roger, C-Spark.
Alright, that point's cleared out.
Radar, tracking.
Oh, hey, yeah, we just secured Godada. Alright, so let's switch our waypoint. Well, hold on, let's do this right. Let's come back around and we'll get one more fresh scan. There's that friendly I killed. I don't see how, though. That was weird. That thing came off the rail and shot over to the left, and it was not what I had targeted at all. Bummer. They were asking for it. Alright, we'll get a fresh scan over here. If there's nothing there, we'll switch to our next area of interest that we have programmed into our system, and then we'll go check that one out.
Roger. Slaving. De-slaving. Negative contact.
Alright.
Roger, C-Spark.
Alright, so we go to our route, direct to 4, which will give us a new home plate right there. There's where that's roughly where the bad guys should be.
And slaving. Deslaving.
Get the TDAC over there. Yep, there we go. AAA. Oh, there's just 3 units? No, that can't be right, man. There's got to be more than just 3 units. AAA gun. So there's a AAA. There's an IFV. Let's go after the AAA first. Let's get zoomed in and see what we see here. That's a Shilka. Okay, that's fine. Shilka, BTR, and that looks like a BMP-3 maybe.
Radar, tracking.
That's all she wrote. Alright, we'll wait for, we'll linger right here and wait for BDA. Boom. Boom.
Engine 1 out.
Oh!
Engine 2 out.
That must have been the Panzer. Take your bets. Oh, it doesn't tell you? That's a bummer. No warning. Yeah, right here, there's a Panzer over here. Yeah, it was an optical shot from the Panzer. There's just 1 unit left here, though. There should have been a missile warning, yes, but DCS has been really buggy when it comes to enemy SAM units lately. Like them not showing up on the ELANT pod even after they've locked you up, which is insanely impossible. Like, if you know anything about electronic warfare, that's insanely impossible. Like, as soon as they turn that radar on, the ELANT pod would see it. The ELANT pod would see it arguably before your warning receiver would see it. So it really gets under my skin when I'm flying around doing SEAD, and the enemy is turned on their radar because I can see it in the early warning receiver, but it's not showing up on the ELANT pod. Then it locks me, and then it fires, and it's still not showing up on the ELANT pod, which is just silly. Let's take off from... How far away is that? 60 miles. Let's take off from Godada. Or not. Sochi Atler then? Okay. Nope. Can't take off from Sochi Atler either. Why not? That's in our zone. Sukumia? What's left after Sochi's the last airfield. What's it want me to go? Take off from Maycop? That's way too far. Jesus. You're kidding me. Oh, it just won't let you use them. You can't take an F-16 on this server. Well, screw that. That's just weird. You gotta go all the way from a Napa? Yeah, you could take it from a Napa. Well, fuck that. That's too far. That's dumb. Yeah, I'm not doing 250 miles to shoot 1 missile. Are you nuts? That's like doing cola all over again. Yeah, this kind of pigeonholes you now. You can't do SEAD on this server unless it's up here. The closest airfield you have is a Napa, which is the first airfield. I don't see how that's going to play. Krasnodar, maybe? No. Kremsk? Nope. It's just a Napa. Galen? Kraz Center. Well, Kraz Center's tiny. That's fine, but... Nova? It's on the coast. Nope. Yeah, you can only take off from fucking a Napa if you want to take a plane. Well, how do they expect people to kill a Panseer then down here? That's odd. I don't understand how you're supposed to kill a Panseer then without being able to do SEAD. I mean, I guess we can try it, but I mean, it's just a long, boring flight. Just we'd have to go up to Angels 30, bring 3 bags, only take 2 missiles because we'll be taking nothing but fuel. And then we can't even flood it because we'll only have 2 shots instead of 4. That's a bummer. I wonder if you destroy more stuff in these areas, if that will open it up to where you can start launching planes. No, because this is blue. I figured we'd be able to launch from Sochi Atler because it's in the blue zone, but no. You can take a Hornet. You can take a Hornet, but not a Viper. For a Panseer, I want the Viper so I can do a good shot. The Hornet can shoot a harm, but it's not going to be a good one. It's going to be a flat shot. Plus this says 1, like you can only do it once. I don't want to waste this server's 1 Hornet. I don't know how the supply system works on this server. I don't know, I'll have to ask Meat about that, Oz. I don't want to waste their 1 Hornet. That Panseer needs to get killed, though. Alright, well, let's go back to a normal war server. Is North Pole still on that Persian Gulf nightmare? Yep. I bet you nobody's touched that shit. I'm gonna log in just to look at it, but I don't think I'm not gonna stay there. That server's friggin' borked. I wonder if it's all the way pushed back to the starting base, or if it's like the enemy controls the entire map. Yeah, nobody's really done anything. Oh, somebody came in and got this point back. This map's been up for days and it still looks like this. They should just pull this map down. Nobody's gonna play it. It's too broken. This is the one where when I took off, I'd have 12 jets pointed right at me. Everything in the whole surrounding, and it would just keep launching jets so the whole sky was full, and you'd take off and they'd all just come right at you. And every point has a Panseer, 2 chapped Tor 15s, and then a bunch of other shit. And there's like 10s and 11s all through here. It's just like nuts. It's like one of those things where if someone was like, let's make an impossible server, you know, let's make it so hard, and then they go way too overboard, and then it's unplayable. That is what happened here. Alright, let's see which pre-contact is hopping right now. Syria. Alright, what do we got going on? Oh, this is a fresh start. This is the very start of the war. Well, they got Charlie, they got Bravo. They haven't captured Bravo. We've got Hatay. Not a lot of defenses, though. I guess... Well, I guess we gotta clear the little bit of the ocean first to make a corridor. We need to attack the SAMs at Hotel and Basel to thin them out, and then we can launch helicopters from our boats and capture. And then we'll have the coastline covered. So yeah, we're going anti-ship out of Incirlik. For at least one flight. We don't have to kill every boat in the water. Well, we should, but... we definitely need to clear out the boats that are close to the shoreline there so that we have a corridor. How many boats were there? Okay, this one's got to go for sure. But what we can do is just fire on all 4 of these. Well, those Nutrashimis are actually going to be... they have a good chance to shoot down the Poons, but... this thing's got no shot. It's going to die. So we'll go 1 and 1, and then we'll just put 2 on this Nutrashimi. Or maybe we'll just go 1 on all. And just if we get any of the 2 destroyers, that'll be great. If we don't, who gives a crap? As long as the 2 frigs are out of the way, we'll be fine. All right. All right, let's taxi. So in an ideal world, we'll sink some boats. We'll come back and land. We'll grab a Viper and get back up in the air with a SEAD loadout. And then we'll go knock down whatever SAMs they have at Hotel and Basel International. Once there's no SAMs in that area, then we can move in. And if we do it quick, we can get it. We can just capture Basel. It's just kind of like the first thing you want to do is after you capture Hatay, so you've got an airbase in the northern area, then you got to capture Basel, so you have an airfield in the southern area, and then you're kind of... then you've got your foothold. It seems quiet for a Saturday. It's the first of the month. Everybody's out partying. Everybody else is in Apaches. I wonder if I should... I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing for right now, but we'll check the map after I complete this and see if our Apache guys are alright. If there's nobody clearing the skies, they might get swarmed with air assets, and they're not going to be anything they can do about that but get shot. We might have to go run some cap for them. We'll just see. They might not be getting bothered. Alright, mill power. We'll hit blower at about 90 knots here. And blower. Alright, and away we go. Gear flaps. Hey Snide, how's it going? Hope you had a good stream. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, we're gonna go see if we can sink some boats so we can get a corridor over here. We got a fresh start on a foothold for Syria on a return to pre-contact pretense. So we're gonna knock some boats out of our way, and then we're gonna start running some SEAD down towards Basel. Alright, let's get above the clouds. Alright, there's our first boat. Alright, one away. Let's find the other frig. That's the Nutrishimi right there. Let's let this one go. Alright, another one away. Alright, there's the other frig. The other ammonia. Gotcha. One away. Alright, now we're going to come back around. We're going to have to backtrack a bit to get the other new sashimi. Gotta love the weight. Yeah, that one's over there to the far side. I should have grabbed a friggin' heading just to be sure. We'll be fine though. Should come in real soon here. There it is, probably. What is that? That's about 45, 50 miles. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Double check. RBL medium skim small. That's the one. There we go. Alright, let's head back and we'll check our harpoons and see how we're doing here. That one's getting close. Increlic, that's the one. Okay, there's Increlic right there. This should be a dead frigate. It doesn't have any real defenses to a harpoon. It's gonna get smoked. This one is going after the new sashimi though, which has a huge chance to shoot this thing down, so we're really hoping it hits. We really want it to hit, but we don't know if it's going to. Alright, we're cruising. I didn't grab a, oh, it's getting real close. Yeah, let's watch it. Next shot's got a lot farther down. Here it goes. Cross your nuts. Miss. Miss. Here comes the Sea Whiz. Looks good. I think we got it, boys. I think we got it. Yep. New sashimi in the dirt. Perfect. Couldn't ask for that to go any better. Alright, let's grab... Oops, that is the wrong airfield. There's the one we want. We need a magnetic. So 051. Whoops. What's up, Red? That thing's got a ways to go yet. I'm still doing my aviation thing, like always. Gremlin! How's the Gremlin doing? We need to bleed some speed. How have I been feeling? Come on, man, that is such a loaded question for me. I have been surviving. Some days are horrible, some days are better. That's probably not ever going to change, considering my conditions.
Altitude. Altitude.
Well, I mean, if it ever gets suddenly a lot better, that means I'm probably no longer with us. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm still kicking. Uh-oh. Miss! This is the other Nutrishimmy. Ah, bummer. Got it. They got it. That's too bad. We should have one more, right? Oh, they got... Damn. That frigate's still there. Okay, let's go land. Chewing power cables. That's how gremlins teethe on power cables. Alright, gear flaps. We're parallel with the runway. That's weird. One of my harpoons, I don't know how it went away. That Molnia shouldn't have been able to shoot it. Alright, we're on speed. Alright, on speed, on time. Gotta crab it. VATSIM? Oh, you have to check my memory. I'm drawing a blank on VATSIM. Oh, I've never even heard of that one. Is it a simulator where you're just basically, you're just an ATC? That could be maddening. Gotta deal with all those dickhead pilots, because trust me, pilots are dickheads, I know. You've heard me talking, I'm an asshole. We're gonna have to rearm and do that one more time. That one frigate's still in the way. We'll just go 2 and 2. I don't care about the 2 Resgies. Someone else can take care of those later down the road. That's pretty cool. Is it like a Discord group type thing, and then they just all hang out and do ATC in different games?
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
VATSIM.net, International Online Aviation Network. That's interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is it just a lot of people that just do it for the love of the game type thing? Or do they actually, well, I don't know how that would work actually.
Rearming complete.
It almost sounds like something that they would want to use as like a training for actual ATC, like maybe as a supplement. Like when you go to school, they would have people sign up to that thing and do so many hours in virtual ATC. I mean, that sounds like what it would be good for. Oh, there you go. You just said it. Let's say that's what it sounds like to me, is it would be good for students. I mean, hell, they use DCS to train military pilots to fly. Yeah, are you getting into all the planning for low fuel states and doing all the math for airspeeds, glide slopes, angles, all that good shit? The nitty-gritty deep stuff of ATC. Alright, we're clear. Yep. I thought you already knew that stuff, Graham. Instrument landing systems and the radio beacon system and all that. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, well, I guess you're not going to use that kind of stuff in DCS very often unless you are on a map that's using a lot of horrible weather. But even then, a lot of the airfields in DCS don't even have anything but maybe a Tacan beacon, and even not that most of the time. There's not a whole lot of airfields that have an ILS system. There's a few though. Carrier. But most modern airfields, like in America, all have, full Tacan and localizers and so on. Alright, we're gonna go skim pop on both of them. Let's go after that Nutrishimi first. It's right out in front of us. Back in the old days, like World War II, they just used the radio for the beacon. And you'd have to fly that like a ghetto Tacan to get you towards home. Alright, let's see. Skim. 1 away. 2 away. Alright, there's the frig that we want to make sure we definitely get. Skim pop, skim pop. Yep. Alright. We gotta drop down. 40 miles out, yep. The cruisers are set for 15,000 feet. We need to get down there. Alright, we'll let both of these go and then we RTB. Hopefully this will be all for the boats. Boats are kind of boring. Nobody wants to watch somebody blow up boats. Unless it's a really cool boat like an aircraft carrier. I haven't done that in a while. Not since Burning Skies. 1 away, and re-verifying, yep, 2 away, alright. Heading up and over. Oh, I already forgot what the course was. 051. Except it's going to be a little off. I think I want to say the waypoint's off the Takan beacon that's on the infield, so your course line's going to be a little off. Yeah, that's good. I mean, getting in there and learning all that stuff is awesome. It'll make you a better pilot for sure. Yeah, DCS, a lot of that stuff gets, I mean, you can do all that stuff, but it's kind of skipped. Although back in the day on DCS, there used to be servers would actually have ATCs from time to time that were also, you know, like pseudo tactical commanders and JTACs. They don't really do that anymore, though. And again, most of the airfields in DCS don't have like localizers and ILS systems, and or even Takans half the time. I don't even know what this big airport's probably got. Yeah, this one's got an ILS. It's got no VOR. It's got a Takan and ILS. But I mean, if it's got a Takan and an ILS, you don't need a VOR or any of the others. But most of the airfields don't have all of that. Alright, we should be lined up with the runway, roughly. Can I see it? Okay, yeah, we're a little off to the side. Yeah, well, that would be stuff you'd have to do in real life, though. Even if you're just flying, if you're flying from one place to another, you have to file your plan, and then they can alter the plan. After you file it, they might change it. You don't see all that kind of stuff. Hey, we got the frigate. I don't know if we're gonna get that Nutrishimi, though. It probably shot down both my harpoons. Oh, it's shooting at my harpoons right now. Well, yeah, you don't see that stuff in DCS. But yeah, in real life, you pre-brief everything, you get your flight plans all planned out, and then you have to file them. And everything else, everything can change on the fly when you get to your destination too, once you get honed in onto the beacon and you're in holding and talk to the tower, they're gonna direct you around. Usually there's a pretty set flight plan on airfields, like they're always gonna, depending on the wind, you know, it'll be this side or that side, but they're always gonna have you, you know, hit an initial, come down on these increments, so on and so forth, so it's pretty basic, but every now and then stuff will change depending. Alright, on speed, on time. Oops. Okay, I'm trying to do too much at once here. Yeah, okay. So we got the frigate, but we did not get the Nutrishimi. It shot down both of my harpoons, which is fine. We got the frigate out of the way. That was the most important one. Now there's no boats in the corridor. Nothing worse than doing a SEAD flight or something, and then you get SAM shot at you, so you go defensive, and when you're diving down, you're diving right down on an enemy boat that lights you up. You gotta clear those boats out of the way before you get into the SEAD for that exact reason. Oh, you busted gear doing carrier light? Well, you must have hit hard. Was it the one you busted, was it a Hornet or a Tomcat? Either one. You'd have to slam that shit to break the gear. You'd have to really slam it. Must have came in steep and stalled it out. Or came in steep, pushing hard. No, the Tomcat's got even more robust gear than the Hornet, but you can still break it. You just have to hit it pretty damn hard. I mean, those things are made to slam on the deck. So if you actually break the gear, you really slammed it on the deck. Like overspeeding, bad angle, and flopping it at the end, like trying to drop it out because you were a little too high to try to sink it down onto the wire. That's a common mistake people will make when they're just learning. Any wire is a good wire, but yeah, 3 is the ideal wire. 3 wire is a perfect landing. But anytime you trap, unless you know, like broke the plane, if you trap, you're good. Alright, let's switch it up and, well, let's look at the map really quick. Let's get a lay of the land really fast. Alright, yeah, the ocean's clear enough. Someone can take care of those boats later on. We just needed a corridor to start attacking these, so it's a fan song and a Tor. A fan song and a Tor, and over here we've got a Tor. And a Gecko? That's interesting. What was that? Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see what the message was. Huh, so that's interesting. So we got a Gecko, 2 Tors, a Gecko, and a fan song. So we might be able to just do this in one trip. Unless the Tors intercept, which is possible. Let's give it a go. Alright, switching up to the Viper. We need some of that Elant Pod goodness. We're not going for high velo. High velo, high angle. We'll be mid shot. We'll go high velo, but the angles is going to be a little flatter, or else the gauntlets aren't going to turn on for me, unfortunately. You know what? This is a long flight. We're delivering. We'll try to conserve fuel, so we'll take off mill power and then just climb on mill power until we get to about 20,000. Then we'll probably have to hit the blower to finish off the climb and level off. Depending on the air conditions. I didn't even see what the temperature was. Okay, yeah, that's off. Off. Let's see. Alright, here we go. New mission, attack Basil al-Assad. I'm trying. I gotta clear the SAMs first. And then I plan on grabbing a helicopter off the boat. We'll launch off the ocean. Head up the coast. Take out Basil and capture it. Grab new supplies and go finish off Hotel and capture that. And then we're set. Oh. I'm winning. Whatever that means. Just because those boats are worth so much score. We scored. Enemy has launched an intercept mission. I don't even know where our cargo transport is. I can't worry about the intercept either. I've got to take out the SAMs. Well, there is an AN-26. That's probably our transport right there. We're not going to do a blower takeoff so we can conserve fuel, so we're going to use the whole runway. If we can get all the way up to like 20 to 25,000 feet and heading towards Basil and still have you know, a quarter bag left, then we'll be doing wonderful. If we can cruise at altitude and still have a bag, we'll be sitting pretty. That way we don't have to completely conserve fuel when we go to shoot and on the way home. You do all your extra fuel burning on the way home, not on the way to where you're going. Creates too many variables that can bite you in the ass if you burn too much fuel to get to where you're going. You still got to go back home. And the worst thing that could happen is you conserve so much fuel that you have to dump fuel, which that's fine. There's always a joke that in the Air Force and the Navy, they've probably dumped aerosoled as much fuel as they've burnt. Why is that on? Whoop. I don't need to hear a Tacan beacon beeping in my ear all the time. Alright, here we go. Do a rolling start. And then we're going to pump it to mill power. NSW off. Or NWS. What did I say? NSW? I don't even know what that is. Alright, rotating. Gear up. And we'll just start slowly building up speed without climbing too hard. Basically, to conserve fuel, just keep a good steady climb. The higher you go, the lower your fuel consumption goes. You can see your fuel, your pounds per hour there just will start slowly going down as you gain altitude. Don't pull hard. You don't want to have to use any extra fuel. Let's go ahead and fence in for everything. Air to ground, power up the harms, turn on the ELANT pod, switch to BVR, get our screen set. Alright, we're ready for everything. Where's Hotel in Basel? I don't know what the... I think it's 12. I think it's steer point 12. Let's find out, I guess. So, steer point 12. We'll see when we get closer. We'll also get a generic heading here. Yeah, 167, so we'll go 165 to 170. Maintain 10 degrees. Can drop it down to like 7 or 8 degrees if you want to push some more speed. There you go, you can see our fuel consumption just going down. We haven't touched the throttle since we took off. Controlling speed and fuel consumption with just our angle. That's a pain. Get a data track on these two fish beds out here over the ocean. We might have to actually engage those if they get too close. There they are. Look at that. Look how much fuel is still in that bag. We've only used like a quarter of the bag, and we're already up to 15,000 feet. Heading towards the AO. And that patrol is going to turn around, aren't they? I'm going to have to deal with them. Well, there's the fan song. So that's at Hotel, except it's way farther away than that. The ELANT pod doesn't know where it is yet, it just knows it's over there. We can't start triangulating it yet. Oh, went green, they shut off. It's either dead or they shut it off. I'm assuming they shut it off. Alright. Oh, they're cruising away for now. I wonder... That's a civilian IL-76. I'm wondering if this is the flight that's going to try to jump over here and kill our transport. Just got to keep an eye on them. Alright, steer point 11. Okay, that's hotel. 11 is hotel and 12 is Basel. We still haven't touched our throttle. Yeah, see, we're only pulling 7,000 pounds an hour now. Which means we could stay up for an hour. They're still just flying away. There's a search radar. That's probably the search radar for the SA-2, so we're going to start triangulating off that, and we're going to offset left. Try to stay away from that patrol even more. Oops. There we go. Fish beds dropped off of the AWACS. Oh, no, there they are. We got them back. That's my radar picking them up, though. AWACS might still be blind. Oh, that search radar might actually be all the way at Basel. Looks like it's in the ocean. That is in the ocean. But it might not be. I don't have a triangulation on it yet. We're still at a PGM of 5. We'll just hold this for now. What we need though is right here where this first dot is, we're looking for a 15 and a 2. So that's the Fan Song radar, the 2, and then the 15 is the Tor Gauntlet GBI. We need to kill both of those. And then we need to get the 8 at Basel here, which is the Gecko. Okay, PGM of 3, that is the search radar for the Fan Song. Now that it's a PGM of 3, we know roughly where it's at. Oh, we have it, and there's a Gecko. Was there a Gecko there? I didn't think there was a Gecko there. I must be blind. I do not see a Gecko there. I have a feeling that Gecko is at Basel. This 8 is supposed to be up here. I know that as well because I've got a PGM of 2 on the search radar, but the Gecko has no PGM and it's sitting right next to the 2, so that's not where it is. That 8 is over here. I need the Fan Song to turn on, or the Gauntlet. I'm going to keep the Gecko locked right now though to try to get a go. Oh, here we go. 15. There's one of our targets. Got it. Triangulating. Let's pop off. We need a PGM of 2, and we've already almost got the speed we need. We just need it to triangulate down. Let's actually start rolling through. I don't see those MiGs on my data link, so hopefully they're pretty far outside. Come on. Start tracking. Nope, there we go. PGM of 3. We're getting close. We're going to keep a gradual turn to keep changing the angle of the radiation. That helps the ELANT pod triangulate even faster. That's why we do the offsets. Come on, roll over to 2. Please. I'm ready to shoot. Oh, there's those MiGs coming back now too. Okay, I gotta do this quick. Come on. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's taking this long. I figured I'd have it by now. Those MiGs are coming for me.
Counter.
Shit. There we go, I got it. I got it, I got it. Magnum 1, and there's the SA2. Got it. Magnum 2, alright. Alright, now the bag's empty. Alright, let's let those hit, and then we'll come back around and we'll attack the Gecko and the Gauntlet at Basel. There's the Gecko. Right there. I've already got a PGM on that Gecko too. We're actually ready to shoot. Hey, thanks for the cheers. Hopefully we'll get the Gauntlet and the fan song right here. That way we don't have to worry about those anymore at all. But the SA-15 can absolutely intercept these. We just hope he doesn't. Oh, he's shooting. I see the smoke. Oh, no, wait, that's not smoke. That's a road. He hadn't shot yet. Oh, we got him. Done deal. Stick a fork in him. There's the fan song. And there's the SA-15. They're both done. Alright. Both of those are down. Now we're going to come around to get that Gecko at Basel. And if we can get the Gecko at Basel and the SA-15 at Basel, all the SAMs will be dormant here and we can actually grab a helicopter and come back to finish the job. Look at all those SAMs. Alright, hitting the blower. And there's the Tor Gauntlet. I don't have the PGM on the Tor Gauntlet yet, so let's start triangulating while we're climbing. Didn't I have a 2 on the Gecko? Yeah, I've got a 2 on the Gecko. Oh, that's not good. That Tor Gauntlet must be not quite that close. Oh, there we go. We got it. Alright, hitting the blower. Alright. If these 2 shots hit, we are golden. Alright, we're at Mach 105. Everything looks good. Magnum 1. Now we're on the Gecko. Magnum. Okay. We are RTB. We need to dump the bag and cruise home. Let's see. Steer point 1. Oh, there's those stupid MiGs too. Damn. Alright, let me get rid of the bag. I'm gonna have to jump these MiGs, I think. Alright, switching back over to Cat 1. Alright, here we go. Is that Angels 20? Oh, Angels 31. Wow. They're way up there. They're not showing up on my data link either, which scares me. Is that them? No, that is not them. They are so close. That's him. Box 3. Where's your buddy? Alright, we gotta head home. We're gonna be running out of fuel if we're not careful. We're gonna put one more missile on this other MiG. Alright, we're out of here. We're gonna kind of crank for a minute. And okay, let's break it. Now we're gonna get out of Dodge. Alright, there's home. Right there. Boom, we got one of them. Splash MiG. I don't even care if we get the other one. We just wanted to push them off of us. Alright, now we're gonna burn home. What was that course line? It was 051, was it? Magnetic, 050, that's fine. Oops. Alright, there's our runway.
Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare.
4,900 pounds.
Tap flare.
So there's no way that MiG can catch up to us. He dove all the way down to the ocean surface. We're up at Angels 26 and burning. We're doing Mach 1.4. We're hauling all the ass. Even if he tried to get a shot on us, it's not gonna happen now. Yeah, see, he's trying, but he can't. Mach 145.
Tap flare. Tap flare.
Is he still trying to chase us? No. Okay, I was saying there's no way. Okay. Mission complete. Did I get... I didn't check to see if we actually got the kills on the stuff we needed to. Yes, yeah, we got the Gecko. We got the SA-15 and the Gecko. That's it. And we got the SA-15 and the fan song radar here. We're good to go. As soon as we land, we're gonna grab a helicopter from the boat here, the Tarawa, and we're gonna fly up here and destroy everything here and capture it for sure. Well, I mean, that's what we're gonna, for sure. Like I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna attempt to do that. I should get it done, but it's never a guarantee. let's start dropping down. Hey, Red, was that you on Meaty earlier? That's a pretty cool server. I think that would be a good place to bring people and teach them close air support. The one thing I thought was quizzical was you can't launch like an F-16 from anywhere except a Napa, which sucks because there's a Panzer down there and no aircraft to attack it. It's like a 250-mile flight to try to kill a Panzer. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, for me personally, it's not going to be... Like, I can walk over that server. As I did just farting around for a couple of flights. But I think it's really good for practice, getting better, learning. It'd be a great server to teach people for sure. Teach patience and tactics, positioning. Alright, board's out.
Altitude.
According to the HSI, we should be a little bit off to the left. Yep. Alright, gear.
Warning, 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 warning.
I'd laugh if I was getting nails off that 21 again. Alright, we're coming in steep, so we're gonna drop below slope for a sec. Alright, on speed, out of time, till we get down here lower. Alright, on speed, on time. And aero brake? Nope, it's not gonna give me the aero brake. Friggin'. I hate these airfields where the runway is kind of got a big incline, because then it screws up your aero braking. I should have floated until I got to the top of the hump there and then let the wheels come down so I could have aero braked better. Alright, we just need to get off the runway. We are retiring this F-16. It's time to go capture some points. The prep work is done. Oh no! Are they gonna repair that shit? That's gonna suck. Well, let's go ahead and... We're still going for Basil. That's the first thing anyway, so let's just do that. Let's see, Tarawa. Let's see, Desert Patriot. Is it gonna let me take full racks? It will let me take full racks. As long as we don't wreck trying to take off from the boat.
Radar. Searching. Radar. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Are you done loading? There we go. So let's go 12. So I don't have to make any fresh waypoints. Yes, that looks correct. Let's get the data link up. Alright, grab supplies so we can capture.
Radar. Searching.
Get George ready. Alright, here we go.
Radar. Searching.
Alright. Loading up torque. Alright, going for transitional lift, and here we go. That definitely looks like the correct waypoint. What's going on, Maria? Alright. Arm the helicopter. Arm the chaff.
Hellfire's up. Roger, ceasefire. Missile mode, low ball.
And we're gonna program the chain gun to my helmet on the back seat. Alright, we're ready for war. We'll do a gun check when we get over that port. We need to get moving. Did that stupid Mi-8 resupply? It didn't.
Radar. Searching.
Huh? Whoa!
Radar. Searching.
I thought I had my force trim set better than that.
Radar. Searching.
We'll shoot. We'll do a gun check into the water up here.
Radar. Searching.
Yep, that looked good.
Radar, searching.
Now, did that show a track radar? No. Oh, there's a gecko there now, though. Shit. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to kill... We'll just capture Basil, and then we'll have to grab a different aircraft to go take care of Hotel.
Radar, searching.
I guess it could have been worse. I'd rather them get a gecko back than getting like the Tor Gauntlet or the SA-2 back up and running. But the gecko is still, we can't do much about a gecko in our Apache unless we had cover.
Radar,
But it's out in the middle of nowhere, so that gecko will outrange the hell out of us. So we'll capture Basil and then we'll jump into like an A-10 or something. You can kill a gecko with a Maverick safely, but not a Hellfire. From an Apache anyway. What's up, Baloo?
Radar, searching. Radar, searching.
Oh no, I logged into North Pole just to see what it looked like still on Persian Gulf. It's right where we left it, with the enemy owning the whole map. Yeah, I mean, they're just gonna have to... They're either gonna have to pull that server and try to tune it so it's not so, you know, broken, or it's gonna stay right where it is for forever, would be my guess. Like I said, we could, you know, progress that map, but it would take a lot of people a lot of time always, because as soon as you slow down, the enemy just takes it all back with their 400 bigs and 20 Havocs. It's just way too much, too fast.
Radar, searching.
The thing I'm worried about is he was talking like they did that to all the North Pole servers, which means he's not going to have a population anymore, unfortunately. It's a Gecko, it's not an SA-6. Gecko is a SA-8. Do I have the, do I have my SAM sheets in the Apache? I don't think I do, actually, but I might. I don't think I do. I don't run, yeah, I don't run SEAD in my Apache because you really can't, so I don't have my SAM sheets in there, in this kneeboard. Gecko's got a range of around, roughly like 6.5 miles. Minimum's gonna be fairly short. So you can get close enough to hit it with a Hellfire if you have like some kind of cover that you can duck. But it's not the smartest thing. Hello, Raven. This is DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. It's a almost full fidelity one-to-one simulation and recreation of military aircraft and their systems that are declassified. Oh shit, I got 20 minutes. That's alright. We should be able to get up to Basel and capture it within 15 minutes, I think. What are we, 35 kilometers? Yeah. We'll get there. As long as nothing has spawned. Oh no. Well, that's a problem. There's another MI8 coming to repair Basel, which will respawn friggin' Sam's. Is there no one else on the server? Not really. I think Big Show is probably somebody that's fairly new learning. If only my Apache and DCS went as fast as a real Apache, we'd be able to pull this off. We're about 15 knots short of cruise.
Radar searching. Radar tracking.
What?
Radar tracking.
Oh, that's fine.
Radar searching. Radar tracking.
Oh, floggers. Oh my goodness. I'm about to get sandwiched.
Radar tracking.
Roger. Deslaving. No targets detected. And slave. Deslaving. I'm not seeing anything. Slaving. Deslaving. No targets detected.
Somebody shot him, or is that them? No, they went
Roger.
get.
I'm deslaving.
They went down.
I'm not seeing anything.
Somebody shot.
Roger. Ceasefire.
Somebody shot down those two floggers. We must have had some. Do we have a Patriot out here somewhere? I don't care. All right, we're taking advantage. So we need to find the MI8 and intercept it before it gets to Basel. If we can shoot it down before it gets to Basel, then we can stop. We can, you know, finish off Basel and capture it. If we try to capture Basel before the MI8 lands, that's probably a mistake. So we're gonna go for the kill. If we can hit that MI8 with a Hellfire, that should be it. If I can get close enough, I can kill it with the chain gun. Although sometimes in DCS, those MI8s are like bullet sponges, and they just will not go down, even if you shred them with 30 mil. Which in real life, with just shooting a 30 mil down through the rotor blades, that'd be the end of that helicopter. They would fall out of the sky like a cinder block. "15 minutes. Man, we're pushing it. It's gonna be close. 20 kilometers.
Roger. Deslaving. No targets detected.
He's still up at the mountain.
And slave. I'm deslaved. No targets detected. And slave. Deslaved. Negative contact.
How high is that guy?
Radar searching.
Oh
Radar
no.
Searching.
He's coming down way quicker than I expected. Shit.
And slave. Deslaving.
I might get screwed here.
Negative contact.
If he lands, he's gonna respawn Sam's right on top of me. Oh, there he is. I see him.
Roger.
Radar
I'm deslaved.
searching.
Got him.
Blazing.
Yep, we got a track on him. He's not going to land straight down. It's going to take him a moment. It should give me enough time to get close and hopefully pop him. Problem is he's flanking us, which means the Hellfire's going to have a real hard time trying to track it.
Radar searching. Radar searching. Radar searching.
Copy.
Readjusting the track. Good, solid track.
Radar searching. Radar searching.
We got to be careful too. There's a flak gun up here. I can't fly right up to Basil until that flak gun's out of the way. A lot of shit to think about here. I think we're too far out to send a Hellfire, but let's try.
Negative. That's too far.
That's what I thought. Okay, there he goes. He's trying to come down now. Oh wow, he's descending fast.
In range. Ready to launch. Constraints. Roger. Engaging.
Rifle.
Radar searching.
Engaging.
Come on, hit.
Radar tracking.
Engaging.
Rifle. It's just floating. It's not going down. George, what are you doing?
Copy. Engaging.
Rifle. There you go.
Engaging.
Radar launch. Radar searching.
Target
Radar
lost.
searching.
Slaving. Deslaving.
Forward.
Yeah, they spawned a damn SAM.
Radar. Searching. Radar. Tracking.
What a joke.
Tracking. Radar. Tracking. Missile. Radar. Launch. Radar. Tracking. Radar. Launch. Missile. Missile. Forward left.
And slaving. Deslaving.
Missile. Rotor RPM 5. Radar. Searching. Radar. Searching.
Target acquired.
Radar. Launch. Radar. Searching.
Roger,
Radar.
engaging.
Tracking. Radar. Searching. Radar. Missile. Launch. Forward. Radar. Tracking. Radar.
Blaze.
Tracking.
Good effects on target.
Radar.
Got him.
Searching.
Ha ha.
Radar. Tracking. Radar. Tracking.
And slaving. Now deslaved. Blazing.
Got him.
Target lost. And slaving.
Radar. Searching.
Deslave. Target
Radar.
acquired.
Tracking.
Engaging. Engaging. Blaze. Target and slave. Deslaving. Blazing. Engaging.
Engine 1
God
out.
damn it.
Engine 2 out. Rotor RPM low.
We got a lot done considering. Can't believe it spawned a fucking SAM right on top of me. I'm actually surprised we killed that SAM though. That was crazy. We dodged like, I think 3 geckos there. The 4th gecko popped because we destroyed the gecko. That's hard to get all this done by myself. I mean, I just killed those SAMs and went back home and landed, and they were already... There's another one coming in to fix. But look at that. That's quick. I don't think there's enough people on the server to keep them knocked down, so they're just sending everything. Maybe we should come up here and just keep continuing south, where we've already got a foothold. Gecko, Tunguska. Gecko. Gecko. God, there's like a gecko at every spot. I mean, that's not that bad. Geckos aren't super dangerous unless you're flying a helicopter 1 mile away from them. Oh, the server's getting ready to roll over. We gotta just wait. Five minutes. Oh, let me use the restroom. For practicing carrier landings? Yeah, just make your own. The easiest way is to just make your own. Give me a second, I'll show you how. Let me use the restroom. Alright, that'll give me a chance to... I gotta draw some blood and stuff anyway. Let's see, we'll just go into mission editor. Maybe we'll go to mission editor? That's what I get for choosing something. DC's is like, nah. We're not doing that. Wags here. Eat a dick. Oh my goodness. Alright, I gotta grab a carb here in a second too. Man, this medicine change is really screwing with me. Okay, so just grab grab caucuses, that's fine, doesn't really matter. And then just come over here to your boats and grab one of the super carriers. Here you go, we'll just do a CVN 71. Stick it out here on the shore, off the shore. Make it excellent so that there's no issues. Set waypoints for it. Just go like out to here and then here, back up to here and then to here, and then to 5. Go up to waypoint 5 and go to advanced, add, perform task, go to waypoint and then select waypoint 1. So then now it's just going to do a loop. When it gets to 5, it'll go back to 1. When it gets to 1, it'll go to 2, blah, 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 blah. So now you have a loop. Let's see. Go back to waypoint 0 with its regular stuff to can. So you can change this stuff if you want. You want this stuff to be activated though. Link 4, ICLS to can, all of it on. Make sure you write down, 71 X-ray, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you really need to add anything else than that. Yeah, this will all be defaulted on the Tacan and all that. It's just the data link. I don't think you have to add anything else. I mean, I guess you can go to... Well, no, you don't even have to do that. You can just leave the rest of this. Yeah, and you don't want en route tests or anything like that. So yeah, that's fine. Looks like all the defaults will be fine. I remember before it didn't have any defaults on, so you had to go in here and do all this stuff, but now you don't have to worry about it. You just want to write down the Tacan and stuff so that you can program your stuff. Like you can go into edit and make sure all this stuff is good. You could change the Tacan if you want to, but usually it'll just default to 71 X-ray. I think is usually the default for the very first carrier. Although I think if it's CVN 72, it'll be 72 X-ray instead of 71, so on and so forth. But then just and then just put a plane out here right? So I'm assuming you're using a Hornet. So just take your Hornet and like stick it out here somewhere and give it like one waypoint right here or something. That way this is the way you're flying when you start in. Put yourself at like, I don't know, 8,000 feet. Doing 350, that's fine. Make sure it's client. Give yourself nothing. Lower your fuel down. Actually, what you should do is also lower your fuel down to like 30 and be bare for now. You can put your wingtip pylons on just for balance, for ballast, and then when you launch it, turn your options on to unlimited fuel, and then you can just keep flying around and practicing. And 30% fuel is a decently low, because you don't want to be really heavy on fuel when you're practicing carrier landings. Yeah, it should be all you need. And then just like, let's see, file, save, and call it, you know, BREL carrier.ms. And then when you go to launch it, just go into options here and go to gameplay and turn your fuel on to unlimited. And then you won't have to worry about your fuel while you're practicing. Are you in my Discord? If you're in my Discord, I will put that quick mission I just threw up, made in there. I'll just throw it in the Discord and you can download it. It's pretty simple stuff though. You can make it pretty easily. You can also set spawns on top of the carrier, so you can spawn on the carrier and you can take off from the carrier, and then you can just fly around and do practice traps over and over again. Okay, give me a second. I'm uploading that map to the Discord right now. Okay, there you go. It's in the Discord server under maps and other projects. It'll be at the bottom of the list. Will be that map. If that map, I mean, I just threw that map together in 1 second though, so you might have to tweak it or make it a little bit better. But for the most part, if there's a carrier that's going to fly around, or I mean drive around in a circle for you, you can practice. I would say when you're doing carrier stuff, the easiest, like, don't try to sweat it so much like you need to be at 800 feet. That's important, but only on the rollout is that super important. Don't try to run the numbers so perfectly until you're comfortable with the whole aspect of doing it. Just worry about rolling out on your final at the correct altitude, somewhere between, 650 and 800 feet right there in the sweet spot, and then just do it right. Set up on speed, get your flight vector in the landing spot, watch the ball, watch your altitude, watch the ball, watch your altitude. The whole time you're just jockeying the throttle to keep your flight vector where it needs to be. Just get used to doing that over and over, and then you can start fine-tuning on, okay, I'm rolling out at this, I'm entering at 1200 on my brake. I'm doing the downwind, I'm at, I'm slowing down and I'm going down to 800. Now I'm doing my roll-in. Don't try to do that all at once. Worry about getting good with your approach and getting your landings, and then worry about fine-tuning it. Once you're comfortable with the actual aspect of it, fine-tuning it will just make it easier. If you try to do it all at once, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to mess something up, and it's going to frustrate you and shit like that. Like, you could mess up everything about everything. The only thing you want to make sure you're pretty close to good on is the rollout to final, and then staying calm and just working your throttle on speed. Make sure you trim on speed when you're doing carrier landings. That way you're not messing with your stick. If you're using the stick to mess with your stabs at all, you're going to screw it up. The only thing you should be using your stick for is rolling, to make sure your flight vector and your lineup is good. Once you're trimmed on speed, all your altitude is going to be controlled just with the throttle. Once you're on speed. And the way to get better at that is just set up on speed, flying. Like, just slow down, pop your gear, get your flaps down, set up on speed with trim, and then just fly around on speed. You can increase your throttle to fly level. You can lower your throttle to drop down onto glide slope. Just get comfortable with flying on speed with it trimmed, and that'll become like second nature pretty quick. Actually, do I have a... Oh man, my microphone... fail? God, all my stuff is... Oh no! Let me change the time of day. All right. All right, I'm gonna go idle and just slow down. Oh, we're right over the run. We're right over Maycop, I think. Gear speed 250. So we're gonna bleed some more speed. Where's the runway? Am I blind? There it is. Okay. Alright, 250, pop the gear. Full flaps. And we'll get through the bump, the Hornet bump, where the nose is going to try to shoot way up while you get down close to 170 knots. It's real normal. It'll come back down. All right, now we're going to start feeding throttle. All right, now I'm just going to start trimming the nose up a couple bumps, 2 more bumps, 2 more bumps, slowing down, 2 more bumps, slowing down, 2 more bumps. All right, we're on speed. So now my hand's off the stick completely. So if I want to fly level, I'm going to increase my speed. That's going to bring the flight vector up. Slowing down, speeding up a little bit. Now I'm just rocking the throttle back and forth a little bit to maintain that. So we're ready to land. We're on speed. And this is how you would set up on your downwind for a carrier. And the only thing you'd use your stick for is to roll. So let's make a turn. We're gonna drop the throttle a little bit and roll into the turn a little bit, and then throttle back up just a little bit to start turning. What's up, Vic? And once you come out of your rollout, you might have to adjust the trim a little bit. But you don't really want to adjust the turn too much while you're in a roll and turning. Because when you roll out, it's going to affect where the trim was. But I just use the stick to roll a little bit. I'm not putting any pressure forward or back because I'm trimmed on speed. We're pretty high, so we're way too high to start glide slope on that runway, so we're just going to keep our flight vector below where the runway is right now to run our altitude down a little bit while we're slowly coming into final. And this is going to be the exact same as what it is on a carrier. If you start worrying about it being a carrier, it's going to kind of put a block in your head. And it'll make you feel anxious or what it might be, whatever it might be. You can practice on a regular airfield just to get used to the whole concept of trimming on speed and getting ready. You just pretend like the black marks right here are the wires. So the whole process now, I'm just rocking the throttle. Flight vector starts coming down a little bit. I increase the throttle just a little bit. Then I lower it back down. You're just going to be rocking your flight vector up and down ever so slightly. When you get really good, you'll maintain your flight vector pretty good without much rocking. And then of course there's also the automatic throttle system for Hornet, but I honestly don't use that. I don't like those automatic systems. I don't use it on the Tomcat either. I fly natural. I'm natty. But I do trim for carrier landings, of course. And you can also fly around like this all friggin' day long, just on speed. You just can't hit the throttle hard when you're set up on, when you're trimmed on speed, because you're trimmed at AOA. So you're trimmed at a correct AOA angle for landing. So if you just grab the throttle, you're gonna push up hard. But you can maintain clean flight on speed just all day long. You can fly circuits. You can do bolters. You know, as soon as you land, just hit the gas and take back off, and then fly the circuit and stay on speed. It'll help you get used to being on speed, which will make carrier landings 100 times easier. Because then when you roll out, this is your sight picture. You're rolling out, you see the carrier, you see your landing spot, and then you're just going to be using your throttle to keep your flight vector where you want to land. And then of course when you land on a carrier, as soon as you touch down, you hit the full throttle in case you miss the wire. So there we go, we're rolling in, we're on final. Now we're going to keep that flight vector right on the black spot because that's where the wires are. Just using the stick to roll a little bit here and there to maintain good line, and throttle for your altitude and your flight vector. And of course you don't flare or anything like that when you're carrier landing. And I screwed that up. But you get the idea. You can just fly around on speed all friggin' day long. It's all throttle control. It's also how you're supposed to land on an airfield too. I just almost never trim on speed when I'm not on a carrier. If I'm just landing on an airfield, I just do it all natural. But I've got a pretty steady hand. How's the move, Vic? Yeah, there's a lot of throttle going on. When you're flying in formation, when you're doing air-to-air refueling, when you're doing any precision flying, really when you're doing any flying at all, if you're not just cruising, there's a lot of throttle going on that a lot of people don't know. In an aircraft in an oxygen and gravity environment, there's no, you just put a throttle right there and it just maintains the speed you want. That's not a realistic thing. You're going to be working that throttle. And as long as you're trimmed on speed, you're going to maintain proper AOA. Your throttle's just is just going to dictate your climb and your sink and your flight vector. Should have made a wider turn in, but so there we go. Just keeping the flight vector right on the brake mark right there, because we'll say that's where the wires are. And boink! Right on the money. You should never need to pop your brake out when you're on a carrier landing, because a carrier landing is a very controlled thing. You brake over the front, you come around on the downwind and slow down and trim on speed, and then you roll onto final. You shouldn't be over speeding when you're all set up on, you know, when you pop, you're down at 250 knots when you pop your gear, right? And then you put your flaps down. Then you're idle until you need to start throttling to get your flight vector where you need it to be. So you should never be popping your brakes out. It's all done with the throttle. The only time you're going to be popping brakes is if you're, you know, just like winging it to come land on an airfield somewhere, so you got to slow down a little bit quicker because you came in real hot, or you're flying formation and you need to slow down really quick or something like that. In the middle of a carrier landing, you should never pop your brake. If you're going way too fast, then you're not set up right, and you should come back around. I mean, unless you're like almost out of gas and you have to do a straight in to the carrier or something, and you're not going to fly the pattern, you're going to just come straight in at the back of the carrier, maybe then you'd use your brake to slow down because you're coming in kind of hot because you're out of gas. Sure, maybe, but I mean, that's a huge exception, you know, that's not a rule. In like 99.9% of the times, you're going to fly to the carrier, fly across the deck, and then make your turnaround and come back around. That way you can line up to the landing. That's the whole purpose of flying the pattern. It's not to be cool. It's just to get you set up, you know, properly, so that when you roll out on the carrier, you're all set to land, and it's not a frantic rush trying to land that thing. When you roll out, your flight vector should be looking at the back of the boat, and then it's just a matter of controlling it because you're already trimmed on speed. Everything's all stable already. It's just you and the throttle. Oh, Vic is still moving. That's why we didn't get an update on the move. Alright, give me a second. Let me see if I have some food or if I have to make something. Alright, nope. I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I gotta make some food. I don't have anything ready. What I need is a nice, real hot caregiver that can make sure all this stuff's taken care of for me. Where do I get one of those? Alright, is there anybody flying right now? Oh yeah, there's people flying. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna raid Santa. Santa's flying. I'll raid you guys over to Santa. Alright, there we go. It's going through. Alright, sorry I'm cutting it a little bit early. Actually, it's not that early, but still. Sorry about that, but I gotta eat food. I need like some kind of carby snacks that I can just eat really quick while I'm flying that will take care of my BS. I don't really have anything like that right now. That's not like I don't want to eat like tabs. That's actually not good for you. That's for emergency only. I don't want to eat those every friggin' night. That'd be super bad. Alright, everybody, take it easy. I'll be in the Discord for the rest of the night, you know, chilling. I got some editing to do, stuff like that. So I'll be there if you need me.